required or recommended by our medical professionals in stopping the spread of the virus. We cannot sit idly by and ignore the medical professionals to comply with GA 38. Our petition that was filed essentially asks the court to evaluate the authority of the governor versus the authority of local elected officials and department heads, including the local health department, their responsibility as delineated by law. It cannot reconcile itself. The governor's order essentially has all of us who are locally in the community with Fort Bend residents following his mandates while ignoring the science and ignoring our neighbors and residents who are facing the horrors of the virus. Myself, I've experienced death in my family, and I also have an 11-year-old child who cannot be vaccinated. This is not just a concern of mine. This is a concern of many parents and many constituents that have reached out to us asking us to do something. We cannot ignore this. We have pursued a legal remedy to ask the courts to decide whether the governor's order is an overreach of our local authority, the authority of local leaders as defined by law in making decisions regarding the public health of the residents in Fort Bend County. The order that was issued was a blanket order for all 254 counties. And I don't know about you, but I've traveled the state and every county is different. And every county should have the ability to make the decisions for its residents. And that's what we're asking for. We want to take back the authority and control of our county so that we can make decisions that will be in light and in tandem with the medical advice so that we can save lives. We could sit idly by, but that is not an option. We are here to serve and protect Fort Bend County, just like our law enforcement officials, and we are using the civil remedies to serve and protect our county. Now, we know that there are going to be people that's going to challenge it, and they're going to question what we did and why. But let me tell you, the why: to protect and save lives, because that is the goal of the officials here in Fort Bend County. That's why we're asking for the courts to make a decision to give us some guidance and understanding as to our authority versus the governor's authority so that we can save lives here in Fort Bend County. We have children in school that cannot get vaccinated. They're 11 and under. They don't have the option. They cannot get vaccinated. Why would we not require them to have a mask? I don't think anyone can answer that question. We understand the authority of parents to make decisions, but guess what? When my child goes to school, I don't want someone else's parent make a decision regarding my child having COVID or not because they decided not to send their child to school with a mask. That's what we're talking about, controls, so that we can save lives. We are pursuing this remedy through the courts, not just disregarding the governor's order, but legitimately asking for relief, so that we can get a decision made regarding what is right, what is the sphere of authority for us as officials, and also the local health authority versus the governor's order, so that we can make decisions to save and protect lives. So I know you all will be watching this lawsuit as it travels through the courts. We ask that you all just, if you have questions, feel free to ask. Some things I cannot share because some things are confidential. This is still an attorney-client relationship. There's still work product. But I do want to reiterate the purpose of this is to evaluate the authority of our local officials in making decisions to save lives here in Fort Bend County. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Minter, and also County Attorney Ms. Lawson. Thank you. And I remember reading something, a civilized society's character is determined by how we take care of our young ones, means our children. And this is all about that. And I believe I took an oath to protect and safeguard our citizens in Fort Bend County, almost 860,000 of them. And tonight, we are taking that decision. We are making that decision, and also we are going to stand by our citizens' safety and security is our #1 priority. I always said this. Children are our most precious resource, and we must do everything to protect them. And so at this point, one of the things I just wanted to mention here, I had numerous phone calls. I talked to a mother who got a 11-year-old or lower age couple of kids in school. One child is physically not fit, and she was literally crying. And she said, first time she felt like the people in authority don't care about my children. And that's heartbreaking for me. And that's the very reason why we are giving that. We don't want our citizens feel like nobody care about them. They are part of this community, and we do care about them. Now, obviously, as we mentioned many times, we cannot stand still, and we are taking action. But I want Fort Bend County residents to understand and trust this decision is solely made because we are going to save life. And if you look on social media, you could see some high schools in Fort Bend with 100% full hallways today, and there are pictures people sharing on social media. That is not healthy, and this is only a matter of time. These cases are exponentially growing, and we cannot afford that continue to happen. At this point, I am very honored to join by two of our top elected officials in Fort Bend County. I will invite our district attorney, Brian Middleton, to say a few words what he thinks about what we are trying to do this evening. Brian?
Thank you, Judge. There's some people who don't want to wear a mask, but I don't think there's anyone who wants to be seriously ill. Asking people to wear a mask is just a minor inconvenience. I know a lot of people want to embrace their civil liberties, but asking someone to wear a mask is just a minor temporary inconvenience for the greater good of our community. Now, we're dealing with a very resilient virus. We're in the middle of a fight, a war, and our only weapons against this enemy, this invisible enemy, are vaccinations and masks. So what we're asking the judiciary to do is to give Fort Bend County and Fort Bend County officials the ability to do what is necessary to protect Fort Bend County residents. Now, what that is will be different from county to county, but Fort Bend County has a very specific need. We moved into a red category. Schools have started. We need to be relieved of the governor's executive order so we can do what's necessary to protect our children, to protect our families, and to be able to go to work safely around others. This virus is very contagious, and it's just a temporary, minor inconvenience to put on a mask, and that's what we're asking people to do. Thank you.
Absolutely, Brian, it is a minor inconvenience, and that's what we are asking. For the sake of our children, for the sake of 860,000 of our residents. At this point, I will invite our Fort Bend County Sheriff, Eric Fagan, to say a few words, please.
This is not about politics. It's about people. We should not take people's lives and make a political issue of it. It's a simple task to do to save your life, your loved ones' lives, and others by wearing this mask. So I'm asking, as your county sheriff, to please, please wear a mask, get a vaccination, but at minimum to wear the mask. Thank you.
Thank you, Sheriff. At this time, and I just would simply say this, we are compelled to act on the overwhelming requests, I should say outcry, from our community, our parents, and many, many children. Even the other day, there was a student here in at the press conference. She was concerned about going back to the school. And also, with the support of medical community, we did talk to our partners, medical partners in our community, and with the support of them, we are asking to wear that mask, get vaccinated, and help us to help you. And also I'm asking, you heard this many times, I repeat, wear that mask, get vaccinated. There is no line. There is no registration required. You could walk into one of our county facility or many other private facilities out there, get vaccinated, and be safe. And of course, wearing mask and washing your hands and social distancing and all that stuff we heard many times last 18 months. Let's continue that. There is nothing more we can do other than more than health and safety of our community and our children. My promise to you today is I will do anything possibly I can to protect and defend our children, our community, and our people. This is about life. This is about saving life. Fort Bend County will stand strong and protect and defend our communities. This will conclude our press conference. We will entertain if you have any specific question at this point.